Good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for coming tonight. We are excited for our spring program. It's time for our kindergartners. They're going to be walking around the stage. Let's give them a big round of applause and Miss Hinkle.
Our kindergartners have had a huge amount of growth this year, and we're really here to show that off to you. The comparisons between loud and soft, high and low, fast and slow, same and different are a really big focus of music in kindergarten. So see if you can guess which of those opposites they are demonstrating tonight. When we play in class, every kid gets a chance to experience the instrument in their hands. It's a tangible part of music making because science shows that just listening to music is not as encouraging for brain development as experiencing the music hands-on. So playing the instrument is more valuable than just listening to the music. Being a participant is more valuable than just being a music consumer. So I'd encourage you to go home tonight and ask your child to teach you one of these songs that we're doing. A lot of self-control required to do all of those movements on the glockenspiel without losing the rest of the group. And now we have some more playing on a different timbre of instrument. We heard the glockenspiels. They look a lot like what you'd buy in a store called a xylophone. But here are the real xylophones. They have a much more mellow tone, and the bars are made of wood. These kindergarten students will demonstrate a bourdon on the xylophone, and there will be some singing solos.
Tomatoes,
pineapple. If you didn't notice, all of the artwork for our fruits and vegetables were handmade by the kindergartners. So I selected 8 of them to show off, but the rest of them will be going home with you so that you can see your own child's drawing. And you'll notice that music is more than just music class. So we were grouping all of the foods. What is a fruit and what is a vegetable? And we had the age-old argument about a tomato. Then we also had Peter Rabbit eat some different food groups, like some silly ones that rabbits don't usually eat. Peter Rabbit ate the meat group, in which some of the students called the protein group, and I said, yeah, that makes sense. And then Peter Rabbit had also some junk food, and we had a really fun time choosing which junk foods Peter Rabbit got to eat. And we all know that those fruits and vegetables are grown by our very own Iowa farmers. So this song, Oats, Peas, Beans, and Barley Grow, is a little classic for you that you might have experienced when you were a kid. And although it's not corn and soybeans that the farmer grows, I'm sure that you can make the analogy comparison.
Oats, beans, and barley grow. Oats, beans, and barley grow. Do you or I or anyone know how oats, beans, and barley grow? First the farmer plants the seed, then he stands and takes the seed. He stomps and puts and claps his hands and turns around to see the land. Oats, beans, and barley grow. Oats, beans, and barley grow. Do you or I or anyone know how oats, beans, and barley grow? First the farmer plants the seed, then he stands and takes the seed. He stomps his foot and claps his hands and turns around to see the land. Oats, beans, and barley grow. Oats, beans, and barley grow. Do you or I or anyone know how oats, beans, and barley grow? First the farmer plants the seed, then he stands and takes the seed. He stomps his foot and claps his hands and turns around to see the land.
You can imagine how moving in a circle goes with 18 or 19 friends at once instead of just 5 or 6. Our last kindergarten selection is one of my absolute favorites. Kindergartners eat this up every year, but it's the first time I brought it to a concert. This comes from a book, Possum Come a Knockin'. So if you have this book at home, you can certainly experience this, or find another book that has music to go along with it. It's a really easy way for someone who's not quite comfortable with singing to just jump in. And the great news is, now they're all on YouTube, so you can just watch them together. If you are like really nervous about singing, don't worry, there's professionals out there. Possum come a knockin'. Possum come a knockin' at the door, Possum come a knockin' at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come knocking at the door.
Granny was a sittin' and a rockin' and a knittin' when a possum come a knockin' at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come knocking at the door.
Ma was busy cookin' in the kitchen making taters when a possum come a knockin' at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come knocking at the door.
Pa was busy fixin' and a bangin' and a poundin' when a possum come a knockin' at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come knocking at the door.
Pappy was a whittlin' making play toys for the baby when a possum come a knockin' at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come knocking at the door.
Sis was tossin' baby while Pappy was a whittlin' when a possum come a knockin' at the door.
Let me
twine line for fishing, while Sis was tossing baby, and Pappy was a whittling, and Pa was busy fixing, and Mom was busy cooking, and Granny was a knitting, when a possum come a knocking at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come a knocking at the door.
Coon Dog was a twitching and a scratching in the corner, when a possum come a knocking at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come a knocking at the door.
Tomcat started sniffing and a spitting and a hissing, when a possum come a knocking at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come a knocking at the door.
What's that? Sis said. Don't know, Brother said. What's that? Pa said. Don't know, Granny said. But that cat, she said. That cat ought to go. Then Dog started sniffing and a pawing and a growling, while the cat, tail twitching, was a hissing and a howling, making Granny stop a knitting and Pappy stop a whittling, and Baby started fussing, Sis and Brother started cussing, 'cause a little old possum was a knocking at the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come a knocking at the door.
What's that? Granny said. Don't know, Pappy said. What's that? Ma said. Don't know, Pa said. Then I creepy crossed the floor and peeked under the door. It's a possum coming knocking at the door, I said. It's a possum coming knocking on the door.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come a knocking at the door.
Then Brother came a leaping, and Sis came a running, and Baby came a crawling, and Dog started howling, and Pappy was a chuckling, and Granny's eyes was twinkling as Ma followed Pa to the door. Now hush, Pa said. Now hush, Ma said. And slowly Pa opened up the door. Now y'all stop your hollering and your fussing and your cussing, 'cause there's a nothing that's a knocking at the door. No possum, Pappy said. No possum, Pa said. No possum, Granny said. No possum, Ma said. Then we all started doing like before. Granny was a sitting, while Pappy was a whittling. Ma was a cooking, while Pa was a fixing. Brother was a tangling, while Sis was tossing baby. Coon Dog was a scratching, while Tomcat was a licking. And I was just a sitting and a looking out the window when I saw what I saw scoop up the old oak tree. A possum was a scooting and a scrambling and a dangling. That possum that was knocking made a fool out of me.
Let me in, he said with a grin, as the possum come a knocking at the door.
The end. Of course, the voices are optional when you read the story at home, but I feel like it makes for a much more captive audience. And another music thing to note about the possum come a knocking. Every time that you stop to read part of the story and then come back in with that cue, knocking at the door, you're helping your child develop routines, the part of their brain that is wired for routines. When I hear the doorbell, I go and see who's there. When the phone rings, I pick it up. When I get home from school, I have a snack. Just like that. And on top of that, I can listen as a music teacher for if they can remember how high or how low we started that song each time. So they're actually matching it and thinking, audiating, hearing it inside their head for long periods of time while I read. Thank you for waiting while we transition, and our first grade group is here to show you off their skills. Our first dance is one of the challenges that I posed to first grade. Can you continue this song to your original partner. And if you don't make it back to your original partner, you made a mistake, so then we go back and try again. We start from the beginning. It takes them a while to master that skill, especially with a bigger group. Now, our next piece, we're gonna share a little soundscape with you. So listen for the magical raindrops. You heard us use our patterns, the letter names that we see on the glockenspiels, the solfege that give us our relationship between high and low pitches, and now we'll have some more complex patterns with so, mi, and la. Soloists have a call and response to share with you, and that call and response has some dancing that goes along with it.
Annie's got a secret. Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. How do you know it? Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. Let's rope it. Rope it, daddy-o. Let's swim it. Let's duck it, daddy-o. Let's twist it, daddy-o. Let's end it, daddy-o.
I promise that our dancers get a lot more cardio during our music class when we're all confidently doing it together. Our last first grade piece has a bit of acting to share with you. It's really fun to pretend to be someone else. And we have talked a lot about how we have to be very serious performers. Can you show me your best serious face, first graders? Oh, that's good. Very nice. I see some excellent serious faces. And our actors have some really fancy costumes to share with you today. And I wonder if you can maybe guess who they are acting to be.
Grandma Moses sick in bed. Call the doctor and the doctor said, Grandma Moses, you ain't sick. All you need is a peppermint stick. Hands out, shaky shake, shake, shake. Hands out, shaky shake, shake, shake. Turn around, shaky shake. Sit down, shaky shake, shake, shake. Sick
is that performing music, participating in music, increases your nervous system function. And it's incredible what that can do, even for the memory of someone who's in their youthful years and the memory of someone who is beyond their youthful years and has much life experience. So you'll notice that their memory is much improved when they put something to music, like the names of the states and capitals, or the spelling of their name, the alphabet song, those very basic things. But now we're going to start to add some more complex layers to our music. So our second graders have 3 layers of tempo, the speed of music, to share with you. Is often affected by our breathing and our heart rate. And so what we did successfully in class to a T, and even on the stage earlier, once we get in front of a crowd, that can really change things. But the more we perform in front of groups, the more comfortable we get with it.
I heard the old man say, too late. Today is a holiday. Not too late. Too late. Not too late. I heard the first mate say, not too late. Today is a sailing day. Not too late. Too late. Not too late.
Props to all of those students who get up here and sing into a microphone in front of a crowd this big, because it is not for everybody, and it's really nervous-making, even for someone like me when I go into a performance. Demonstrate an elimination game, and you will notice that they're adding an ostinato. So our last group showed you a rhythmic ostinato, ta, 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 sh. But this group is showing you a melodic ostinato with their xylophones.
Here comes a bluebird in through my window. Hey, diddle-dum-a-day, day, day. Take a little partner, jump in the garden. Hey, diddle-dum-a-day,
parts at the same time. I can give them hints and help them along the way, but they are really on their own as a group and relying on each other to create an ensemble. Now we'll add in some more movement. You've seen lots of circle games, but our third graders are also going to show you a line game with confrontation. So that means they're facing a partner and having to mirror their partner or complete a compatible move that goes with what their partner is doing.
How many miles to Babylon? 3 score and 10. Can I get there by candlelight? Yes, and back again. Open your gates and let us through, not without a passion move. There's the bed, there's the blue. Open your gates and let us through. How many miles to Babylon? 3 score and 10. Can I get there by candlelight? Yes, and back again. Open your gates and let us through, not without a passion move. There's the bed, there's the blue. Open your gates and let us through.
This ensemble features 2 groups of percussion instruments, both the glockenspiel and the xylophone, so that we have metal and wood timbre, and then some auxiliary percussion, the güiro and the drum, which will be simulating the sounds that a frog makes.
Once was a frog who jumped in a bog and with a big still in the middle of a puddle. What a muddle! Better go round, better go round. His music was short, for soon he was caught, and now in the middle of a thrill he is dying in his rhyme. Rather be drowned, rather be drowned. There once was a frog who jumped in a pond, and with a big still in the middle of a puddle. Better go round, better go round. His music was short, for soon he was caught, and now in the middle of a thrill he is dying in his rhyme. Rather be drowned, rather be drowned.
When we practiced learning the drum part, we said broke, and the güiro said ribbit. So the kids had a lot of fun joining in those with each other and competing to see which part could stay together the best. Now, some of you may be coffee lovers. I myself am a recovering coffee addict. Since I had children, I decided I shouldn't have caffeine anymore, and you all see how that's going because I'm still caffeinated. And these third graders will tell you that some people really do love coffee, but some people really don't.
C-O-F-F-E-E, coffee is not for me. It's a drink some people wake up with, and it makes you nervous. It's no myth. 6 to a coffee cup. They can't give coffee up. Latte, double espresso, it's an addiction that I know. It is my morning cup of joe. But until the day I die. C-O-F-F-E, coffee is not for me. It's a drink some people wake up with, and it makes you nervous. It's no myth. Switch to a coffee cup. They can't give coffee up.
It's the last song of the night in our final circle dance, but our arrangement here with the third graders isn't how we normally play in class. In class, we have everybody find any partner that they like and spread out around the whole room. Then, at the end of the song, they have to find another partner, just as the music indicates. But if they don't find a partner quickly enough, then they are out. chaos ensues. It's a great, great fun game, and I'm so excited to play this outside where we have unlimited space next week.
Jump, Jim, jump. Shake your head and nod your head and tap your toe. Round and round you go. Then you choose another partner and you jump, Jim, jump. Jump, Jim, jump. Shake your head and nod your head and tap your toe. Round and round you go. And you choose another partner and you jump, Jim, jump. Jump, Jim, jump. Shake your head and nod your head and tap your toe. Round and round you go. And you choose another partner and you jump, Jim, jump. Jump, Jim, jump. Shake your head and nod your head and tap your toe. Round and round you go. And you choose another partner and you jump, Jim, jump.
As you all realize, big body movement is a huge part of our day, especially when we're sitting in math and reading class. Focusing those cross-curricular connections are exactly what I hope to make with each and every one of your students. Now I'll turn it over to Mr. Carlson. Thank you so much for coming.